Right now, live at 5, police reform passed. We have the latest on the agreed-upon changes from Minnesota's capital. But there was one big task left undone.
A $1.9 billion bonding bill left on the chopping block. What lawmakers from both sides have to say.
Plus, White House negotiators are headed to Capitol Hill today to continue negotiations on what could be another coronavirus relief package. And later, a popular Iron Range water carnival is still a go, but this year will look a lot different.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a look from the Harbor Cam. The Duluth Fire Department has issued a red flag warning for Park Point Beach. They say conditions are right for riptides and it's dangerous for anyone to swim regardless of your experience. The warning expires at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A monumental outcome from Minnesota's second special session. Early this morning, lawmakers reached an agreement on police reform across the state.
But lawmakers on both sides have yet to agree on a more than $1 billion bonding bill. CBS 3's Leanne Valdez heard from our local lawmakers on both sides of the aisle.
The member from
Tuesday morning, Minnesota lawmakers passed a historic bill.
We passed meaningful legislation around police reform and accountability.
The police reform bill contains 15 provisions, like a ban on chokeholds, incentives for officers to live in the communities they serve along with others. Republican State Representative Sandy Lehman, who represents the Itasca County area, did not support the bill. She wrote in a statement Tuesday that's because of increased cost it could bring to the state's smaller communities and police forces. Still on the chopping block is a $1.9 billion bonding bill, which includes money for jobs and infrastructure projects around the state.
These infrastructure projects are long overdue.
The money would help fix Duluth's crumbling seawall and the St. Louis County Regional Behavioral Mental Health Center, among other projects. Democratic Representative Liz Olson, who represents the Duluth area, voted in favor of the bonding bill, but it needs the approval of 6 Republicans to move forward. She thinks it still has a future.
I'm hopeful, and I hope that pressure can get dialed up on the Republicans in the House.
Republican House Minority Leader Kurt Dowd made it clear in May he will not vote or have his caucus vote in favor of a bonding bill despite having projects of their own in it, unless Governor Walz gives up some of his powers. In a statement Tuesday, Dowd said, quote, Democrats continue to push a bill that includes several poison pills that they know are non-starters for our caucus, including Botany light rail language and funding for a train to Duluth. Olson says that's unfortunate, especially during a pandemic.
With job loss, and it's something we can do to springboard our economy after we go through such a pandemic like this. People, it's jobs. It's a jobs bill too, and so not.
Lawmakers are expected to be called back to session in a month. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear from police chiefs around northern Minnesota about their reaction to the police reform bill.
Tonight, the Duluth School Board will consider extending its contract with the city's police department for another year. According to the resolution, it would give the district time to reflect on the school resource officer program and how it could better serve students of all backgrounds. Last month, a group of Duluth high schoolers started a petition to remove SROs from school buildings. The petition claims minority students are treated differently by police in schools. It also asks for the money that would be spent on a contract with police to be spent on social workers or counselors. We'll have more on what the resolution would mean for the future of SROs in Duluth schools coming up tonight at 6. And Dave joins us for a quick look at the weather. Dave, a severe thunderstorm warning out there for some folks.
Yeah, for Burnett County right now, and it may last for another half an hour. And it may bust out of Burnett County and head towards places like Hayward, so we'll be keeping our eye on that. And at the same time, yeah, rip current warning going on for Park and Wisconsin points. Weather Service has issued this. They have a slightly different system than what the Duluth Fire Department does, but bottom line is they say through this evening, don't go swimming on Park or Wisconsin points. And I don't think anybody really wants to, because that low pressure system still working through our area is keeping the clouds up in our region, but it looks like the Doppler portion of this map is not showing up. Trust me then, as George Kessler used to say, there is rain in there coming out of the sky. And to prove the point, let's take a live look towards the Hibbing-Chisholm area where indeed the streets and the roads are on the wet side. Now that rain chance lasts till about midnight here tonight and should ease up by Wednesday. But in between, especially for Wisconsin, could be some severe weather there. Wednesday, calmer, partly sunny sky, but still on the cool side, high of only 68. But it will get warmer, and I'll tell you when in a few more minutes.
Senator Amy Klobuchar has proposed new legislation aimed at helping COVID patients. Klobuchar's legislation would require the Secretary of Health and Human Services to put out a public awareness campaign about the importance of plasma donation from people who have recovered from the coronavirus. She says research has shown that those who have recovered from COVID have antibodies in their plasma that can help help positive patients get through it.
This is an individual act of heroism. If you have recovered from COVID, you can save someone else's life by giving plasma. Those of you that have had COVID in the Northland, you can save other lives if you simply give your blood.
Klobuchar says her husband has donated plasma after recovering from the coronavirus. To learn more about how you can donate, visit our website, cbs3duluth.com.
President Donald Trump is holding a briefing this afternoon as administration officials and members of Congress work on another relief bill to deal with the health and economic impacts of the pandemic. Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
President Trump is returning to the podium for a regular coronavirus task force briefings as his poll numbers drop and new COVID cases in the U.S. rise.
The president is the right person to give information to the American people. He was elected by the American people. He's been a leader on this.
The presumptive Democratic nominee, Joe Biden, disagrees, saying the president's pandemic response is negligent.
He's quit on you, and he's quit on this country.
On Capitol Hill, Trump administration officials and lawmakers continued negotiations on a Phase 4 relief bill.
We just had a robust discussion in our lunch about a starting place for the next rescue package.
Congress needs to act quickly. But right now, the Republicans are playing a dangerous game of chicken with pandemic relief.
Republicans say they want funding for reopening schools to be the centerpiece for the next coronavirus bill. The U.S. Surgeon General says precautions taken outside of schools will be a huge factor in the timetable for children to return to the classroom.
The biggest determinant of whether or not we can go back to school actually has little to nothing to do with the actual schools. It's your background transmission rate. Folks need to wear face coverings. Folks need to practice social distancing.
Monday, President Trump tweeted a picture of himself wearing a face mask, calling it patriotic, after only wearing one once publicly.
He's tested more than anyone, multiple times a day, and we believe that he's acting appropriately.
Administration officials say a deal on the next stimulus bill could come by the end of the month.
Senator Mitch McConnell says lawmakers are looking at another round of direct payments to some Americans.
Still to come, how a city hopes to use a statue as a census hero, plus how a local library will keep its readers safe. Stay tuned. City by City is up next.
And many school districts are discussing what schooling will look like in the fall. Coming up at 6, learn how bus routes and start times could be affected.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, Local, CBS 3.
Applying for Social Security disability? Get help. Call the law office of Robert Hoagland, the largest disability law firm in Minnesota. A Social Security attorney will meet with you by phone or at an office location near you. No fees unless we win.
Did you know there's a form of calcium that can actually replace bone where you've lost it? It's called MCHC. Check out Bone Maximizer at the Essence of Health.
The Garage, it's your space. Get a garage fit for all of your agricultural needs with our Farmer 40x40 garage. Store all the equipment needed to get the job done. No matter what you put in your space, trust us to build it right. Economy Garages. Built right, priced right.
We invite you to visit the Good Garden Company in Billings Park and Superior and enjoy our healthy selection of perennials, trees, and shrubs. Enhance your special gardens with our unique selection of garden decor, pottery, statuary, and furniture. We'll help you make this a good garden summer.
Helping to make memories for generations. Numi Jewelers. work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on live local CBS 3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial.
I got into journalism when I was in high school, actually, and that's where I really fell in love with the news and the storytelling aspect of it, being able to bring those things together and keep people informed. It's so important for us to be in a community like Duluth, to be able to hear your stories and then bring them to everybody else in the community.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
Social Security benefits denied? Get help. Call the law office of Robert Hoagland, the largest disability law firm in Minnesota. A Social Security attorney will meet with you by phone or at an office location near you. No fees unless we win.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5 as we take a look, or at least attempt to take a look over Duluth on what's proving to be a foggy, dreary, and rainy day. Is the cool weather here to stay, or will we return to hot weather soon? Dave will be in to answer that question in just a few minutes, but first, let's see what's happening around the region.
Even during the pandemic, a local carnival is still a go. Plus, an area library has initiated a new way to keep readers safe from COVID-19. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. The Voyager statue in Cloquet is wearing a cape and a mask, and city officials are calling him a census hero. According to the city of Cloquet, around 80% of its population has completed the 2020 census, and with door knocking starting next week, the city used the Voyager as a friendly reminder. City officials say for every one person who does not complete the census, the city loses $1,500 per year, adding up to $15,000 of lost government financial aid over the course of 10 years between each census. Meanwhile, the Sherman and Ruth Weiss Community Library announced it will be open for an extra day by appointment only. The library will be open on Tuesdays from 12:30 p.m. through 6 p.m. and Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. through 4 p.m. for pre-scheduled 30-minute appointments. The first 2 time slots on each day will be saved for people of high risk and seniors. Library officials say to set up an appointment, you can call them on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. The 65th annual Hoyt Lakes Water Carnival is still on, but it will look much different this year due to the coronavirus pandemic. Officials say the carnival will be the smallest it has ever been, starting Thursday with the crowning of Miss Hoyt Lakes, which will be live streamed, plus a drive-in movie on Friday and a socially distanced parade on Saturday. The planning committee says they will be back next year, bigger and better. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city.
The pandemic means many people have had extra time on their hands. Coming up, learn how some young people have used this time to learn a new skill.
Well, best wishes to the folks of Hoyt Lakes for the upcoming water carnival. Looks like they're getting plenty from nature here to fill up the lakes and the reservoirs, especially tonight in Wisconsin. Severe thunderstorm warning right now for Burnett County, and if it spills into the rest of the region, we'll let you know with the forecast coming up after our break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
I lost a ton of weight, 93 pounds. I feel good, I look good. 75 days on the program. I've lost 53 pounds, 41 and a half inches. You're not hungry.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 100 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Hi, I'm Deb. By April 2016, I had lost 85 pounds. It was a very easy program to do. Blood pressure has gone way down. I feel great.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Coming up Wednesday on CBS 3 this morning, we'll have a recap of the Duluth School Board's meeting regarding school resource officers in Duluth Public Schools.
And the cooler temperatures will continue on Wednesday, but it's going to be much warmer by the weekend.
So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Economy Garages. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Let's talk about the rain totals so far. Solon Springs seems to be the big winner at 1.9 inches. Hibbing in second place at 1.2. Then the Twin Ports and Ashland tied at 3/4 of an inch. Going from Ironwood to Hayward to International Falls to Two Harbors, a ½ inch seems to be a common total here so far. And rain could continue for another 4 to 6 hours. So these numbers are really just preliminary. Embedded in the rain totals for Wisconsin especially will be a chance for severe thunderstorms tonight. And already in Burnett County they are paying off. So we'll have to keep our eye to the sky on one hand, and on the other, glue it to the Doppler map and look in between as rapidly as we can. Current conditions at the airport, 59 degrees. Relative humidity, 93% from all the rain. North-northeast winds going 5 miles per hour, and our air pressure on the lower side at 29.91 inches of mercury as the low pressure system works through the area. And the clouds created by the low have knocked our temperatures down again for a second day in a row. 66 from Watersmeet to Ironwood, 68 from Ashland to Hayward. Solon Springs Airport's at 70, but only 59 degrees in Superior. Looks like I'm a giant here today. 59 degrees at the airport in Duluth, 63 for Moose Lake, and 61 right now in Orr. 57 is the current temperature for Ely, and mid-50s around Silver Bay. Things will get warmer over the next couple of days, though, and we'll perk back into, frankly, the upper 80s by the weekend. So if you do like it cooler, enjoy this while you can. I think I'll get down just a little bit here and take a look at the Doppler map right now. The low pressure system's right over our region, and the rain is gentler but more persistent in Minnesota and in Wisconsin, while we can see a stronger line bubbling up indeed over towards Burnett County. And again, the risk is that'll spill out of, say, places like Spooner and then head over towards Trigo and Minong, perhaps Hayward, before it rolls towards the Upper Peninsula. So folks there have to be under the gun here tonight, thanks to the threat for potentially severe weather driven by the cold front portion of the low pressure system. Well, tonight that low pressure system will keep rain going in Minnesota perhaps till about 10 o'clock, and it may last till midnight or 1 for Wisconsin and the UP, and then it should go away. And tomorrow we'll split the difference. It won't be perfectly sunny from the high pressure coming in. It'll be partly sunny, but it will be dry, probably for Wednesday and Thursday. In fact, Thursday could be straight up sunny, looking towards mostly sunny sky on that day. And it's Friday night into Saturday and the weekend, though, that next low pressure system, now just a trough, becomes a full-fledged low, leaves its nest in Alberta, comes our way, pulls up moist air, heat and humidity, and we go back towards 90 degrees, especially away from the lake, with the potential round of severe thunderstorms coming back tonight in Minnesota. 60% chance for the rain continuing. Your low temps 48 to 54. Wisconsin and Michigan gets low temps low to mid 50s. 70% chance for the showers and storms till shortly after midnight here tonight. And then for tomorrow, Wisconsin UP, partly sunny, high temps cool again, 66 to 70. The normal is 77. Minnesota high temps tomorrow, 60 by the lake, 70 inland, partly sunny sky, and that is the spark to bring back the warmer temperatures. We go to 75 on Thursday, 83 on Friday. There's that next shower and storm chance that lasts through Sunday. Tony, Saturday and Sunday may not be comfortable for people around our area. Okay. Upper 80s to about 90, and dew points back up again, hot and humid and potentially stormy.
More steamy weather on the horizon. Thanks, Dave. It's been 4 months since the pandemic took hold in Minnesota, and state health officials say intense efforts to protect long-term care facilities are working. The majority of COVID-related deaths have been in these facilities. The state implemented a plan to curb that trend, including sharply limiting access to the facilities, increasing testing, and ensuring proper PPE and staffing. Department of Health Commissioner Jan Malcolm says they went from 137 deaths a week in care facilities back in May to just 13 last week. She says the majority of facilities in the state don't even have a single case.
These facilities are safer today than they were at the beginning of the pandemic. And the proactive measures we have implemented in partnership with them have thankfully made outbreaks the exception rather than the norm.
State leaders say they know restricting family visits in particular has been tough on people who live in long-term care. They thanked families for finding creative ways to stay connected.
As millions of Americans have coped with lockdowns and quarantines, some have turned to learning new skills.
That includes a growing number of millennials and Gen Zers who are trading in their game consoles and TikTok for the stock market. Tom Hansen explains.
For Mary Claire Manor, life under lockdown has consisted of social distancing, mask wearing, and now a newfound interest in investing.
Lately, I've had a lot of free time on my hands, thanks, I guess, to the pandemic. And, you know, the ability to now dive deep a little bit and actually start investing.
Through increasingly popular commission-free brokerage apps like Robinhood, Manard and other millennials have waded into a highly volatile stock market.
Everything so far, for me, has been trending upwards because of the time that I chose to buy.
As the pandemic sent stock prices tumbling, Robinhood reported adding a whopping 3 million users in the first quarter of 2020.
I understand this. Stocks only go up.
Including influential day traders like the president of Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, who attracts hundreds of thousands of views on his daily trading videos.
These are gamblers. These are not investors.
Bankrate chief financial analyst Greg McBride warns while the gains can be significant, the losses can be too. Last month, one day trader's portfolio dropped more than $700,000.
Apps that introduce investing to new consumers, that's a great thing, but it's, you know, kind of incumbent upon the individual to, you know, make sure that they're investing appropriately for their goals and their risk tolerance.
Manard says she's taking a more conservative approach.
I'm interested in my dollar going farther. What that means for me is, you know, not just looking for positive financial returns as an investor, but also looking at companies that really upholds you know, the role that they play in our wider society.
Experts advise the amateurs to have a long-term plan.
Bankrate recommends only investing money that you're willing to let ride for 10 years or more and not turning to the market as a get-rich-quick scheme.
A local fair is a go in Superior. Coming up, hear from a vendor on how things are different due to the pandemic.
Hello, I'm Steve Little, owner of Bath Planet. We are excited about the reopening of our economy, so in celebration, I'm extending our special financing offer until the end of July. Right now, we are offering 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 2 years, so you can get the work done now and not have to pay for it until 2022. This offer ends July 31st, so call us today or go online to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service and down to earth price.
We dance for healing. We dance for one another. For connection. In ways like no other. Together. Or even apart. We are resilient. The 2020 census is here, and we need to do our part for our people.
Always on the go, but want to keep up with the day's news? Don't worry. Now we are wherever you are. Traveling? No problem. Stream wherever, whenever with live local CBS 3. The show critics are praising as genius is now the Emmy winner for Outstanding Talk Show Host. That's a standing ovation. And the stars love it too.
You're so good.
America's Sweetheart is a hit and everything we love.
Oh my God! This is
That's why we connect. You say y'all, I say y'all.
That's how you say it.
You're wrong.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on Live Local CBS 3.
Bonjour and Dinaway Maganadub. Hello, all my relatives. I'm Dr. Arnie Vinio, and I live in Duluth, and I love Duluth and the surrounding communities. Keeping COVID-19 from spreading is going to depend on all of us. Washing our hands frequently, keeping social distance, staying home if you can, and wearing a face mask is important. We need to keep our elders and those most vulnerable safe. This is about respect. This is about love.
When a crisis strikes, cash is the best form of relief. It can easily be transformed into health services, water, food, or clothes. Cash can travel everywhere and aid people all around the world. Donate. Smart. Fast. Donate cash.
When news happens, CBS 3 is there. We're cutting in with a follow-up to some breaking news.
Anytime, day or night, more cases of the coronavirus are popping up across the Northland.
The only confirmed cases in northeastern Minnesota.
Not go shopping today unless you absolutely must. Do not collect any supplies or equipment unless you absolutely need it today.
The Northland has seen its first coronavirus-related death.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, tune to CBS 3. Live, local, CBS 3.
Well, despite the less than ideal weather, it's opening day at the Head of the Lakes Fair in Superior. Organizers and vendors are opening with safety precautions due to the ongoing pandemic. Hand washing and hand sanitizer stands will be placed throughout the fairgrounds. Vendors will also have their own safety precautions. Minnesota Fire Protection is a new vendor this year. Their CEO weighed in on what he hopes fairgoers will keep in mind.
People are responsible for themselves, right? They need to take their own personal risk. People should be wearing masks if they're coming to something like this. That's the guidelines that we've been told to follow by the medical professionals. But as long as people are practicing their social distancing and they're being smart about sanitizing their hands and then wearing masks, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue.
Fair organizers say face masks are strongly encouraged and will be on sale at the fair. Gates open at 6 o'clock tonight, and the fair will run through Sunday. Douglas County is reporting 75 confirmed COVID-19 cases. That's 28 new ones since July 7th. Superior Mayor Jim Payne declined to comment on the decision to hold the fair since it's on county grounds. We did reach out to the Douglas County Board Chairman, we did not hear back by news time.
Well, now it's time for our favorite part of the show. Our pet of the day is Lady, and she comes from Precious Paws Humane Society of Chisholm. Lady is a 9-month-old, sweet, petite kitty who would love to be in an indoor forever home. She enjoys playing with a string toy that has a feather on the end, and when she's not playing, she loves to be given some attention. If you'd like to adopt Lady, call the number on your screen.
We'll be right back after the break.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Is handcrafted for every lifestyle, making memories since 1882. In store at 365 Canal Park Drive or online at DuluthPack.com.
Tune in Saturday mornings for the Link Ford lineup, where we will show you amazing vehicles on our lot, like this 2018 Toyota Sienna XLE with room for 8 passengers, a power liftgate, and more for just $457 a month. Or check out this 2016 Ford Explorer Platinum for only $483 a month. Want to see more? Then be sure to watch this Saturday. Visit us online at linkmotors.com or stop by either one of our 2 locations to view our complete inventory. Link Ford, where reputation is everything.
DBS, your all things basement-y company. Does your home have uneven or sloping floors? How about cracked drywall, stair-stepping cracks, or bowed basement walls? You may have a problem with your foundation. Call the specialists at DBS. They thoroughly inspect your property and provide a permanent solution to your foundation problem. We offer a fully transferable warranty, unmatched in our area. Contact DBS, your all things basement-y company, for a free, no-obligation estimate. Call or visit us online. DBS, helping your family have a healthy, safe, and comfortable home.
tonight how schools reopening in the fall could look due to the pandemic.
You know, for so long we've been saying much needed rain, but the way July's been rolling, we just might have enough. I'll talk about if more is coming down the pike later on tonight.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez on CBS 3.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Mainstream is your wedding headquarters. Downtown Duluth.
Thanks for joining us tonight for the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over a wet canal park after it rained for most of the day. Let's recap our top story and preview what's to come at 6. An historic outcome from Minnesota's second special session. Earlier this morning, lawmakers reached an agreement on police reform across the state. The bill contains 15 provisions like a ban on chokeholds and incentives for officers to live in communities they serve, along with many other provisions.
Meanwhile, police officers in schools has become a hot topic for many since the death of George Floyd. In Duluth, a petition with more than 1,000 signatures has been given to the school board. Coming up at 6, learn how the Duluth School Board could change their relationship with resource officers. That's your news tonight at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 6 and stay dry.